Hi guys, Paper Pig Golf here, and today I'm making a choice that every golfer needs to make, and that is what is the longest club in your bag that isn't your driver. So we've got lined up the 3 hybrid on the right hand side here that I'm currently gaming. That's good for me from about 180 to 190. And I've got 2 other clubs that I've actually owned for quite a while, but I've just left them in the closet basically. I've decided not to touch them until my ball striking on my hybrid's gotten better, because I figured that's the easiest club that I've got out of these 3. And I've got a 5 wood and a 3 wood, all in Taylormade Jetspeed, all with the same Matrix Velox T stiff shaft. So those are variables that are not at play here. So these are all the same club, all the same shaft. And what we're going to be looking for is ease of use. So whether or not I'm able to hit these, and whether or not they actually deliver differences in terms of gapping. Do they deliver the desired length? So for example, you can see here that the 3 hybrid and the 5 wood actually have the same loft. So what I'm interested in seeing is whether or not the 3 hybrid versus the 5 wood, what the differences are going to be. So they have the same loft, so I'm expecting one of them to launch higher or lower than the other, maybe distances to be different, probably favoring the wood. And then of course I have to consider the 3 wood at 15 degrees. If that's actually a longer club, that's something I could really use right now, because my average drive is at about 220, 230. Yet my hybrid 3 is sitting at about 180, 190. So there's a big gap there that needs to be filled. And if it can't be filled by the 5 wood, can it be filled with the 3 wood? Or is my skill level and swing speed not there yet to actually use a 3 wood effectively? So here I am at the range. What I'm going to talk about here is going to be synced up to what I'm doing on the range. I'll just make the comparisons right now. Straight out of the box, 3 wood off the deck. As you can see here, actually, perfect. Just absolutely perfect. I'd been doing months and months of work on my hybrid 3 and 4, really learning how to hit those off the deck really well, and I've been striking those very well. And I just pulled up the 3 wood and used the same swing basically, same setup, and it just went. So I was averaging 210 yards carry with my launch monitor on the 3 wood, and the height was very nice visually. I can only check that visually. So I had no problem. So right off the bat, there was no question the 3 wood won for me. It definitely filled a massive gap between my hybrid 3 and my driver. So hybrid 3 at about 180, driver at about 220, 230. So the real question came down to, what does the 5 wood get me, especially compared to my hybrid 3? So my hybrid 3 is producing about 180, has great high launch. Sometimes it's a bit too high, but that is what it is. The 5 wood off the bat felt incredibly good. However, the flight was a little too high. It was even higher than my hybrid 3, higher than any of my other clubs. So I'd say it was just too high. And in addition to that, the carry distance was very similar to my hybrid 3. So between those 2 clubs, I'm obviously more comfortable with my hybrid 3. That's in my bag now. As well as the hybrid 3 potentially being a more versatile club in the rough and other conditions. So even though I'm finding the 5 wood relatively easy to hit and launch, I don't think that necessarily translates into an advantage on the course. I definitely stick to my hybrid 3 right now. And in general, I'm only going to do, 1 bag club change a month at most. So 3 wood goes in, 5 wood stays out. Maybe I keep it at range just for fun because it feels so good to hit. Hybrid 3 stays in. For anyone else out there, if you're having trouble launching the hybrid 3 or launching the 3 wood, and I know a lot of people in that state, the 5 wood could definitely be a strong option. It is definitely a much higher ball flight, so if you're struggling with ball flight on both of those 2 clubs, 5 wood could be the answer for you. Alright, let me know what you set up in your bag and what brought you to those conclusions. Have you tried a 5 wood? Have you tried a hybrid 3 at those sort of lofts? Or maybe you've even been practicing driver off the deck, and I might show you some videos of my attempts at doing that. I'm getting better at driver off the deck. Alright, until next time, see you around.